If you are an iPad enthusiast, you have likely heard of iPadOS 16 features. The fact that it is not supported by all devices is unfair. You may believe that if your gadget is not compatible with iPadOS 16, you will lose out on a great deal. But would you though? Join us today as we examine iPadOS 16 versus iPadOS 15, not much of a difference, to find out whether you will or will not. Number 5. Safari. You can use the iPadOS 15 to keep track of websites you visited by highlighting text or photos in Safari and putting them straight into your note. Web extensions are another way to make Safari on iPadOS your own. Safari's built-in functionality may be enhanced with third-party web extensions. In the contrast, Safari and iPadOS 16 will get a new feature called Passkeys, which will enable a way of signing in that is more secure while still being easier to use. Additionally, shared tab groups will soon be accessible, allowing users to communicate through messages, FaceTime calls, bookmarks, and tabs and more, all straight from inside the Safari web browser itself. Number 4. Messages. It is now possible to edit an iMessage up to 15 minutes after it has been sent on the iPadOS 16 operating system. Unsending a message and marking any message thread as unread are both options available to you.
Interesting.
Other enhancements to messages include the addition of Share Play, which lets you view something in messages in sync with a friend while continuing your texting conversation. Share Play was previously only accessible through FaceTime. Furthermore, you can collaborate right now and see updates to shared projects in the thread when you share notes, presentations, reminders, Safari tab groups, and more to messages with iPadOS 16. Case in point, the activity bar at the top of the messages thread will update whenever someone modifies. By pressing the updates, you may return to the shared project. This can be found on the iPadOS 15 as well. With the iPadOS 15, you can view the additions made to your shared note by others while you were gone. A daily list of activities from each collaborator is shown in the new activity view, along with an updated summary since the last time you visited the note. Well, the Collaborate feature in iPadOS 16 enables you to send a link to one or more persons through messages so that they may co-edit a document. But can the same be said of iPadOS 15? Stay with us as we go into depth about this later. Number 3. Gaming. Let's discuss gaming. The Multiplayer Buddy option in the iPadOS 15 allows you to access games that support Game Center with your most recent messages, pals, and groups. The Game Center Buddy request inbox lets you see incoming requests. With iPadOS 16, gaming also receives an upgrade. You may now challenge your friends for the greatest score thanks to changes made to the Game Center dashboard. Gaming utilizes Share Play as well, allowing cooperative play. When playing a multiplayer game that uses Game Center, you may create a Share Play session and easily ask your friends to join you. Number 2. Live Text. With the iPadOS 15, all of your photographs text is fully interactive, allowing you to do operations like copying and pasting, looking up information, and translating. In Photos, Screenshot, Quick Look, and Safari, Live Text functions. However, Live Text will shortly undergo several modifications in the iPadOS 16, one of which will enable users to pause a video at any point when text is present to copy, translate, look up, and share.
Okay, that is insane.
Additionally, Quick Actions make it easier to browse websites, dial calls, switch currencies, and translate languages. Visual Lookup is a terrific feature that allows you to isolate a subject from its surroundings or lift it out of a photograph. Number 1. Family Sharing. Family sharing has been improved in various ways with iPadOS 16, including easier child account management. There will be a family checklist that gives suggestions and guidance on how to maximize family sharing, such as updating children's settings as they become older. For your child's new iPhone or iPad, a Quick Start option will also be accessible to activate all required parental settings. For Apple, you can set up an account for a child with the right parental controls right from the start, including easy-to-use, age-appropriate suggestions for media restrictions. This is a minor enhancement since the iPadOS 15 offers a comparable feature. With iPadOS 15, the Contacts widget allows you to stay in touch with family and friends right from your home screen. You may contact them via phone, message, FaceTime, or mail. You may take extra actions with family sharing, such as approving screen time requests from your children. Now, let's take a look at other iPadOS 16 new and upgraded features, which is an upgrade from iPadOS 15. If you are enjoying our video, kindly subscribe to our channel for more. Number 5. Collaborative document editing. When you share a document with someone using the share sheet, all you're doing is giving them a duplicate of it. The Collaborate feature in iOS 16 lets you share a link with one or more people through messages and let them collaborate on papers. When you share this manner from a messages group, everyone is instantly included and the messages thread is updated whenever someone edits. You may even establish a FaceTime call for the whole collaborative team with simply a few taps. Number 4. Weather. A long-awaited feature in iPadOS 16 is a weather app similar to the one on the iPhone, which will include up-to-the-minute updates, 10-day forecasts, as well as data on air quality and other variables that can be found by selecting forecast modules. This is not the only feature that might take you aback. As we all know, multitasking on the iPad isn't everyone's cup of tea, so the iPadOS 16 has a new feature to help with this. Keep an eye out for number 1 for more info. Number 3. Security. The new iPadOS 16 adds a few new privacy and security options. In addition, you won't have to remember a different password for each note because you may lock it with your Face ID, Touch ID, or your password. Until now, you had to keep track of a separate password for each note. Number 2. Mail. Recent improvements to Mail include several changes, the most prominent of which is the addition of new functionality, including the ability to schedule and unsend emails. Additionally, the search feature in iPadOS 16 has been improved, and Mail now sends you a reminder if you forget to attach a file.
Impressive.
Number 1. Stage Manager. Stage Manager is the name of a brand new function that will be accessible with the introduction of Apple's iPadOS 16. This feature will make it possible to have overlapping windows in a single view in a manner that is comparable to what is possible on a Mac. Additionally, Stage Manager will make it easy to resize windows and move between applications with the tap of a single finger. You are permitted to have a maximum of 4 programs running in the background at the same time.
That is awesome.
So yes, the iPadOS 15 has certain functionalities already. However, the iPadOS 16 has some new functions that the iPadOS 15 does not. Consequently, you will essentially miss out on some things. The new features in iPadOS 16 look intriguing, and Apple is expanding the gaming experience for fans. Even though we just stated it in this video, you can learn more about it by watching our video on Gaming on External Monitors, iPadOS 16 Stage Manager Tips and Tricks. See you there.